Hello everyone. Once again, Spotlight comes your way from the Daily Tribune studios here in Makati City. I'm Jojo Silvestre. I'm with my co-host, the editor, the lifestyle editor of the Daily Tribune, is Dina Sabalventura. Today we have a very special guest. Yes, for the longest time, Dina, he was a legislator, he was a cabinet secretary, and now he's one of the best read Filipinos. May I present to you the Honorable Juan Ponce Enrile.
Citizen and really.
Opo, Citizen Enrile.
Sir, belated happy birthday.
Thank
Yes,
you.
of course.
How
Happy
did you
birthday.
spend
Don't
that day?
remind me because
I was
it's nearer to God.
Oh.
But you've always been close to God.
Well, I believe in God. They have to divorce religion from God,
Yes.
which
yes,
I cannot
yes.
deny. No,
Yeah.
but anyway, I would not go delve into that because that's a very touchy issue.
Yeah.
That's
Sir,
not.
let's talk about your youth.
Youth.
Yes, because you grew up in Cagayan, no? Those
I
were
was
the
born and
Yes.
raised in the northeastern corner of the zone.
It must not have been a very easy life.
No,
But what are your fond memories?
it was not an easy life for me because I had to, early on, as a young boy of 7 or 6, I already had to work to eat. You know? As a fisherman, as a farmer, as a houseboy, and so forth and so on.
Opo.
As a lumberjack,
Opo.
stevedore, any kind of job I passed through. So it's not easy.
Tell us about Petra Furuganan.
Well, she was my mother, widowed, my 2 elder brothers, Eduardo and Eloy, Eligio,
Opo.
and I was the third.
Okay.
And I was a product of a political campaign. My father was from Bulacan,
Opo.
who was a former American pensionado who graduated law in Ohio State University, and he had to work for the government after he finished his studies. And I happened to go to Cagayan, my province, the province of my mother, where in one election they had a relationship with my mother,
She must have been
and I
very
was
beautiful.
the product of that
Yeah.
relationship.
Maganda siya.
And I was called the bastard
Ah,
by so many people. But it didn't affect me.
yeah. She must have been very beautiful for Don.
Well, yes, she was a young widow. So,
Okay.
and probably my father was attracted.
Yeah.
You know, my father was quite a man. No?
Yeah.
I have many brothers and sisters. We have different mothers, but we love each other.
Yes, of course. Let's move forward a little bit. How was Doña Purita?
Doña Purita is my stepmother.
Opo.
The mother of Raquel, Armida, Irma, Chito, and
Opo.
Armando. And they're like my real blood brothers because I live with them in Malabon.
So she was like a real mother also.
She was very kind to me.
Oh, yes.
When I arrived in Manila in 1945,
Oh,
after the war, I came from the jungles of
Cagayan.
Cagayan
Opo.
as a member of the guerrilla group
Opo.
that fought the Japanese. I was in uniform,
Oh.
and I was brought to her home in Maisilo, Malabon.
Opo.
I just finished first year high school. My father talked to me, and he said, the first thing he said is, "My God, your English is very bad." Bad. And then, what year have you finished? I said, first year. I was 21 years old.
Opo.
Uh,
Guerra.
Because of
Then,
the war.
why, you're so old to be in high school. And he said, I will try to enroll you in St. James Academy, a very knowledge school in
Yes,
Malabon.
yes.
So I was enrolled in the second semester of third year.
Oh,
I had only
Cool kayo.
2.5 years of
Oh.
high school.
Opo.
I had to validate all my subjects that I could not account for.
Opo.
Second year and up to first semester of third year. In Centro Escolar in Manila in 1947 when I graduated. In high school in St. James Academy. And I passed it, and I went to Ateneo de Manila for my pre-law for 2 years and transferred to UP.
To UP.
And from UP, I went to Harvard.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
So from.
And whatever I know about English
Yes.
is all self-taught.
You were reading.
Yeah.
No
reading.
wonder. To this day, you're reading.
I'm still reading. But what I do is, I use a magnifying glass to read. Then, I ask the secretary to transcribe the book into my computer. And I read from there. I use a font of 18.
That's good enough.
Yeah.
Opo. Yeah. Sir, I read your book, no? There was a time when you had to leave your father's law office because you were for Marcos
Yeah.
and they were for Macapagal.
Correct. And,
How did you feel about being told to leave the law firm that your father founded?
it was painful in a way, but realistically speaking, I could not retreat from President Marcos. I was committed. And so I told my partners, my brother-in-law, Nardi Sigon Reyna, Manuel Montesilio, Oscar Ronciaco, and Bello.
Opo. Bello.
Yeah, si Enrique Bello.
Opo. Ikaw ni
Ma-
Vicky?
Father
Adopted father of Vicky.
Opo.
And they told me that we have to break up the partnership. I was a law partner already
Opo.
because they were for Diosdado Macapagal
Opo.
and I was for Marcos. And said, sure, carry me up to the end of the year, win or lose, I'll be out.
Why did you like Marcos?
I did not like Marcos. If you think that I was close to Marcos, I never knew Marcos until June or July of 1964,
Oh.
when I was establishing two major agricultural projects in the country, the Dole Pineapple
The
Project
South.
and the United Fruit Banana Project. And I was under investigation by the Senate, by the Blue Ribbon Committee headed by Tanyada, and Agricultural Committee headed by Alejandro Almendras.
Opo.
And I had an altercation with Almendras
Opo.
that day. So I was so upset. I did not go to the law office. I was watching the news. At that time, the television was not yet colored, black and white. And then, when my telephone rang, somebody was on the other end of the line, and he introduced to me himself as Colonel Vicente Raval.
Yes. Opo.
Okay. Now, he said the Senate President would like to see you. And I said, sure. Where? No, he wants to come to your house. No. I said, I'll see him in his office. No, I said, he wants to go to your house. No, I said, there's no need. I'll dress up and we were in this condition of conversation when he said, wait a minute. Then after a while, another voice was on the line. And he said, Johnny, I've never met you before. But do you mind if I'll come to your house tonight for dinner? What can I say? Of course. He said, I was living in Urdaneta village because I was already lawyer of Ayala and all of this.
Yeah.
And then so he came. I told my wife to prepare dinner, fried chicken.
Okay. The
And
issues.
he came. He was well dressed. He had a cream-colored suit with pin dots, black pin dots, and then black tie, white shirt, black shoes, well dressed, very trim. My first time to meet him. The end of that meeting, I never knew. He wanted me to run for Congress in my province, but against Dupaya, Tito Dupaya,
Yeah.
but I refused.
Okay.
And then I decided to say, I'll support you in your quest for the presidency. And so he did not tell me what his problem was. The following day, a classmate of mine in UP Law, Rafael Salas,
Of course.
called me up and said, "You met Senate President Marcos last night, didn't you?" "Yes," I said. "Well, how do you know?" "Brad," he said, "because he's my fraternity brother. I am his campaign manager for his quest to be a candidate for president." So what? I said, "What can I do for you? For you?" "Well, I want to talk to you about it." So I went by Salas, and he told me that his real purpose in seeing me was to ask me to solve a problem in the north, in my province, because the delegation of the Nacionalista Party was committed to Emmanuel Pelaez.
Okay.
And I was the only delegate
Opo.
of the Nacionalista Party for the delegate of the Nacionalista Party for the convention that did not commit his vote to Pelaez. And they learned about that, and they wanted me to win back the other delegates for Marcos.
Opo.
Bigyan mo sa akin yung aking
Jacket, sir?
towel.
Tawel po. Ito po.
So, because I was the treasurer of the Nacionalista Party chapter in Cagayan, I had control over them.
Opo.
Finally, I was able to win them back. I said, we all vote for,
Marcos.
you all vote for Pelaez, I said, according to your commitment. But if you will not get any denomination and there is a reballoting, we'll all vote for Marcos. And that was the agreement. And I was able to do that. Marcos in the first balloting in the convention.
In Cagayan or
No,
in
in
national?
Manila,
already?
in Manila.
Opo.
With the convention of the Nacionalista Party in 1964.
Opo.
He got 555 votes.
Opo.
Not enough to nominate. There was a reballoting. His
that's
opponents were Lopez, Vice President Lopez,
Opo.
Tolentino, Puyat, Pelaez, five of them. The others withdrew except Pelaez, because Pelaez got the second highest number of votes. In the second balloting, Marcos got 777. In the first balloting, he got 555.
Wow.
That's why he was very fond of 777.
7. Ganun pala.
I really admire the way you remember all these names and the color of Marx's clothes when
Well,
you
my
first
God,
met him. Your mind is so sharp.
I lived through that, and
Yeah.
it was etched in my mind until today. Still.
Sir, everyone was asking us before this show, can you please ask
Yes.
the Honorable Juan Ponce Enrile, ano ba ang sikreto
Sikreto.
niya at maganda ang utak, maganda ang katawan,
Mm.
and
Wala. I eat anything. I have no food
Diets,
restriction.
special diets.
Oh.
But I read a lot.
Yun.
ayun.
And I keep memorizing. Until today, I memorize.
Wow. Ayun pala.
Have you read Rubayat of Omar Khayyam?
No. But we all
100.
know that.
110 stanzas.
Yes.
You memorized that?
4 lines per
Yeah.
stanza. That's 440 lines. I can recite it to you forward and backward.
Wow. is that a latter day exercise for you, or have
Every
you been
day
doing
I
that?
read. I do not read light materials. I read the hardest book to read.
I know. So lately you have been reading about
Yes,
Oh.
modern
China and
modern books.
technology.
The latest is published last year. It's written by Jonathan Ward of Oxford. China's Vision of Victory.
Sir,
We should all
you've been writing also, no? I
No, I do
understand
not write. I write only one book.
that book, no?
Yeah, but I have written a manuscript for that book of about 2,000 pages. There are so many other details that were not included in that book. I will leave it to my daughter.
Yeah. So, you mean, sir, ano ang ginawa ni Nelson? He just edited it.
Yeah,
Ah, okay, but you yourself
wrote it.
wrote it with your hand.
no, I typed it.
Ah, you typed it.
Yeah.
Wow. Ganun pala yung style. But did you dream of becoming an author, or
No, no.
only for that
In fact, I have no
purpose?
training in writing.
Oh.
My,
Sir,
my training in English, especially my grammar, my style of writing were all self-taught. I learned my grammar from Marino sisters, Sister Akinata Marie.
yeah, sa St. James
Yeah,
po.
yeah.
Opo. Sir, now that you're out of the Senate, no? What's a typical day for you?
I wake up, I exercise in the morning.
What's your exercise?
I develop my own exercise. I cannot demonstrate it to you here. Because before I get out of bed, I already do the exercise. I move all my joints and
Oh.
muscles the whole day during the exercise. From the tip of my toes to all up to my head.
Oh.
And after that, I take my breakfast, I open my computer. I answer messages, and then notifications, and then I go to my books.
You yourself do it?
Yes.
Wow.
Kasi di ba?
I engage my friends on
Opo.
Facebook.
Opo. Wow.
Oh, what do you have for breakfast usually? What do you eat for breakfast? What's your
Bread
favorite?
and butter, sometimes with pastrami, if there's pastrami.
You have your
The
shop.
business,
No, you
the
have your
for sausages and
I eat hot dog,
hot
yeah,
dogs.
of course.
I eat luncheon meat.
Yeah, your corned beef is good, huh?
There really is no diet restriction.
Sir, this is something else. If I may ask you, what's your kind of woman?
I will not, that is something I will not tell you. All I can say is to all the girls I love
I'm sorry.
No, not really.
Yeah.
My wife will get angry because I am going to discuss about the girls.
What's your advice to young parents now? How should they be as parents?
That's one thing I cannot say. Because in my case, I left the training of my children to my wife.
Okay.
Yeah. I was too busy
You were
earning a
busy,
living,
yeah.
and then in the midst of my professional career, I was thrown into the arena of politics without my
Yes.
wishing
Yeah,
it to be.
yeah.
I agreed with Marcos to serve his government only for 1 year, but that 1 year stretched to more than 20 years.
Sir, do you regret having served Marcos? Do you regret having...
No.
No, you go ahead.
He's probably one of the best, if not one of the best, if not the best, president we ever had.
How were you with Mrs. Marcos?
Yes, I was her favorite in the,
Yeah,
for a long, long time.
she told me that.
But somehow, along the way, some people intrigue us, and there was a distance between us. But now we are very close again.
So it's true what she said. She told me once, si Johnny naman, I was always supporting him and defending him.
Well, as I was saying it here a while ago, that they thought that Marcos was our target in 1986. He was not. He was just a collateral damage. Our target was a junta that was organized as early as 1982.
Opo.
Unknown to the people of this country.
Opo.
If we did not do what we did in 1986, we could be still under military dictatorship today.
Who composed this group?
The junta?
Yeah, who would have composed it?
Well, according to my informant, it was General Ver who organized it.
Oh, okay. Oh, I see. Okay. Sir, here's a. What can you say about the Ninoy assassination? Who was responsible for it?
I will not tell you.
That's not lifestyle.
Yeah, let's stick to
Oh. We're supposed to be asking you questions about your lifestyle.
My lifestyle?
Yes, yes. And some chismis.
One thing I can tell you is I'm very careful in maintaining my mental alertness.
Yeah.
That is something that I nurtured.
Yeah.
But as far as I don't go to malls, I do not go to nightclubs, I do not
Okay.
go to parties,
Yeah.
I do not relish celebrations.
Oh.
I just want to be quiet at home, read. I do not want to be idle.
But are you a regular of 365?
Ah, yeah.
Does it still exist?
Yeah, but that's the group that I meet every now and then. No, not really now and then. Regularly, Thursday morning, Saturday morning.
Do you learn a lot from them, or they're the ones who learn from you?
Huh?
Do you learn a lot from the members, or they're the ones who learn from you?
I do not know. I would not judge them. But we discuss all these issues that you're asking.
Okay. Sir, you dress up well. Who chooses the color?
These are all given to me
So whatever is
as
given.
gifts.
Oh.
My daughter.
Okay.
That's the selection for my attire. I am not a fashionable man.
Who are you closer to? What's his name? Jackie or
Jack,
Katrina?
I have only two children,
Yeah.
Katrina.
boy and girl.
Jack
Jack,
and
my
Katrina.
junior, and
Yeah.
Katrina. I love them both,
Okay.
and both love me.
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
But Katrina's daughter is
Huh?
Katrina's daughter is a singer or something.
My granddaughter, youngest granddaughter to Katrina, is Christiana Chana.
Tiana.
She's singing.
Tiana,
she's
yeah, that
singing
one.
in Hollywood.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
She's in Hollywood.
At the time they were growing up, your grandchildren, you had more time for family life.
Ah, yes.
How are you as a grandfather?
I love my grandchildren and great grandchildren.
Already?
I have 5 great grandchildren, 4 boys and 1 girl. My eldest great grandson is the father is Italian, son of Kriska, the eldest daughter of Jack. He lives in Milan.
Okay.
And then my second great grandson is son of JR, the son of Katrina,
Yeah.
Juan Rodrigo Ponce Enrile, because I adopted him. And the mother is Chinese mestiza. Okay.
Wow.
And then
International.
another boy
Okay.
is Javier Ponce Enrile. Then my third great grandson, or my second, third is a Moroccan, because
Wow.
the son of Cara,
Okay.
the husband of Cara is Mulay, a Moroccan,
Yeah.
son of the doctor of the king.
Oh.
And then this boy has a sister, the youngest great grandchild of mine is Kensa Ronimi. Yeah.
So you have an international family.
Well, I never decided that way, but that's how it is.
Yeah. Have you been traveling?
No, I hate to travel. I do not want to ride a plane.
Yes.
She likes to stay
Even
home.
if whenever I go to my province, I travel 15 hours to my
wow.
place
Yeah.
by car.
My God, my land.
Yeah.
You know why? If something happens up there, I cannot park the plane.
That's true. Who are your friends? Who do you regularly see
Well,
outside of politics?
well, one of my best friends is Bobby Ongping.
Oh, really?
Yeah, very
Oh.
close friend of mine. Even during the time of Marcos,
Oh,
we were very close.
oh
Si
I
Bobby.
see. So,
Estelito Mendoza,
oh,
my
yes.
friend. Among the old timers, and then the members of the 365
All these.
are my friends. And then I do not have too much friends who are high-profile people. Most of my friends are ordinary Filipinos. That's about it.
Sir, tell us about Mr. and Miss, the magazine.
Well, that was the magazine supported by my wife,
Ganun.
which was the starting point of Egi Apostol and Inquirer.
Opo.
And it was an opposition paper during martial law, during the time of President Marcos.
Why do you allow that?
I was not I was not active in that paper.
Opo. But you had
It
money
was
there.
my wife.
Okay.
It was my wife who was involved.
Opo, ganun.
Kasama ko sila Louis Villafuerte, si Ramon Silay, at iba pa, sila Louis Beltran, si Dilate, ano pangalan ng asawa ni Sunny Belmonte, si
Betty Go.
Betty Go, anak ni Go Ponsoy. Pagkatapos sila Egi, meron silang mga kasama, si Bobby de la Cruz, yun ang mga yun. Yeah, then, after the assassination of Ninoy, nagkagulo-gulo, nagkaroon ng Mr. and Miss Black and White,
Opo.
which later on transformed itself into the Inquirer.
Okay.
Inquirer. Kaya nag-complain sa akin si Catherine Manigold of Philadelphia Inquirer.
Kasi yung pangalan.
Oh,
Ayun.
Black and White yung kan. After President Marcos left Malacanang on the 25th of February 1986, Egi transformed it supposedly into a cooperative.
Opo.
But the cooperative did not continue, and it became the paper became the property of some other people.
Opo, ganun pala ang kwento. Sir, I am told that you were a lawyer of the Jose Cuancos once upon a time.
Well,
Did you do some lawyering for the family of Cory before?
no, we became lawyer of Don Pepe
Opo.
because we were lawyers of Tabacalera.
Ayun pala.
Now,
Okay.
when Tabacalera sold Hacienda Luisita and Central Azucarera de Tarlac
Opo.
to Tarlac Development Corporation,
Opo.
I was one of two partners who wrote the contract. The other one was Manig Montesilio.
Oh,
And then when we sold it, when Tabacalera sold the Hacienda and the
Opo.
Central Azucarera,
Opo.
the Cuancos continued
Yours-
to maintain us as lawyers because we knew the problem of Hacienda Luisita and Central Azucarera because we handled it from the very beginning.
Opo. Ganun pala. Yung
And
pala.
that hacienda was paid for by $13 million that was provided by the government during the presidency of Carlos P. Garcia
Opo.
from the central bank. $13 million from the dollar reserve of the Philippines because Ninoy was working as a special assistant
Okay.
of Carlos P. Garcia.
Opo.
But the condition was that, yes, we will give you 13 million to Philippinize these assets, but the land must be distributed to the tenants within 5 years from the conclusion of the contract, which they never did. Although the tenants won a case in the Court of First Instance who was presided, the judge then was Bernie Pardo ba yun? Bernie Pardo, who became Justice of the Supreme Court. Yeah.
Justice Pardo.
Which case was appealed by Tadeco to the Court of Appeals, but the appeal was withdrawn by Frank Chavez when he was Solicitor General after the EDSA Revolution, EDSA Uno, during the presidency of Cory. And then Cory wrote a law when during his revolutionary government, covering the first agrarian reform law of the Philippines, and he allowed the distribution of land through a corporation with shares of stock to be given to the tenants. That's why they distributed 30% of the hacienda, the corporation to the tenants, and until today the land is not distributed. Yeah.
Okay, sir.
You
Many
can ask anything.
we're winding up because you know you're busy, no? But many young people would like to become JPE.
Yes.
How does one become one Ponce Enrile?
I don't know. They cannot be biologically one person really.
I guess what we're trying to say is like how
What
you
are
ha-
your
yes,
tips?
you
Success.
had this long and fulfilling
Each one of us
yeah.
has a talent.
Opo.
It's just a question of how to cultivate it. It's a matter of industry.
Opo.
It's hard work.
You've always been
Well, I like to learn. Even now, I'm still learning. Study.
opo.
Since I was not doing anything, after I left the Senate, I immersed myself to reading about different topics regarding the country and the planet.
But how does one survive in the political world, for example? and be at the top of it.
Well, you have to have smartmatic to survive in the present milieu.
Opo, opo.
You have to have a smartmatic
Okay.
sponsor.
Okay.
Yes.
We say thank you.
Also, thank you very much for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you for
We have a
asking
lot
me
of
questions. So very hard questions.
very hard looking back at all these.
Okay?
Thank
Opo.
you very
Maraming
much.
salamat po.
Salamat po sa inyo lahat. Salamat.
Opo.
And it's a pleasure engaging you in this interview for the benefit of our listening public. Thank you very much.
Hi guys, I'm Ray. I'm Pao. And we're here at Max's restaurant to try on their new Guys, I'm Ray. And we're here at Max's restaurant in Jupiter Street, Makati to try out their new meal, the crispy pancit canton. Okay guys, so bago ang lahat, we'd like to thank the Max's team for this meal. Thank you guys. Yes! Okay. So introduce na namin yung food. So dito. Okay. So ito yung famous Max's fried chicken. Yung mga kinalakihan natin for meals. Tapos lumpiang gulay. Then ikaw. So, that's it na. Ang main food. Ay, ano ba? Okay. Guys, ito yung crispy pancit canton. So, since ito yung main dish today, unahin natin siya. Nakatry ka na ba ng crispy pancit anywhere? Ako kasi hindi. So, malalaman natin mamaya kung paano yung crispy pancit canton. Kung ano, saan ginagawa ko? Mix mo ba? O, yan. Mati muna siya. Sorry. Crispy talaga siya guys. Hindi siya yung pag kinain mo parang pag nilagay yung sauce tapos bigla magsasagi. Hindi siya ganun. Crispy pa rin siya. Tapos wala, sarap. Must try. Kaya pag magmamax kayo, dapat nasa order niyo. Next. Sorry. Pwedeng charge? Ano lang? Ay. Ayan. 7. Nandito pa kami. Sorry. Sarap ka. Kaya, sorry po. Kasi, huli na naman ang gamit. Dahil kumakain pa ako.
Ako kayo kayo.
Kain ka. Gulay yan. Dito kahit si ate mo. Kahit si ate mo ng gulay.
Kumakain mo
Lumpiang sariwa. Lumpiang gulay. Full siya.
Like a salad.
Pour, tingnan nyo naman ang tipo na lagay, di ba? Parang pour yung sauce. Ako kasi hindi ko ayaw ko. So, bitinan ko ng konti. Nakainin ko. Hindi ko inimix ko muna. Kita ba?
Nakita sa konsa ko.
Ikat ah. Tapos, nagawa ko. Guys. Na-mix ko na siya. Oh my God. Tapos, bago ang lahat, dahil may NCOM sa Pilipinas. Yes, malinis yan ah. Malinis yan.
It's gonna be you.
Ang ginagawa ko ito. Kapatong ka na. Ang ginagawa ko is, sarap tong, so, babawas tayo. Tapos, para kung gagawin, gawin ko basta yun. Nahihirapan ako. Ano yung progress? Pwede sa inyo, siyempre, paano kayo? Parang sa Novi, sa rice. Samgyeopsal. Meron siyang samgyeopsal. shoutout nga pala sa water teacher. Meron kaming parang mixture, tapos pwede siyang pang-dip ng chicken. Masarap talaga siya. So, banana ketchup na max. Worcestershire sauce.
Style.
Ayun, search nyo lang. Hirap ko sana kasi solid to guys, try it. Yan. Tapos yan, pwede na siyang pang-dip sa chicken. Try nyo lang. Baka lang naman, di ba?
Hi guys, I'm with Chef Fabian Azurin, the head of the research and development. So Chef, what are the basic products marketing crispy pancit?
Okay, so the crispy pancit canton was brought about by we researched kasi on what would be the usual birthday treat. So, kasi it's our 75th birthday for this. So, we've been present in the Philippine restaurant dining scene for 75 years this year. So, usually kasi when we go to birthday parties or when we prepare products to go and food for party, gusto yung noodles for long life. So, what we did is we actually, instead of going too far from our order, we actually looked inside what we already have. So, one of our most popular dishes would be the traditional pancit canton. So, when we were conceptualizing it, sabi ko, what can we do with what's already loved by the market? So, what we did is we kind of revitalized it by doing it in different way. So, we fried the noodles and added a different sauce to it. Pero, when you try it, it still reminds you of pancit canton. So, yun yung concept niya. Doing something new, but familiar to the market. And that, syempre, would pair very well with the chicken. So, pag we eat it together, it should go well.
This crispy pancit limited
Since it's our birthday, yun nga, since it's a birthday treat and the whole year, we're celebrating our birthday the longest. This is the longest, one whole year namin siya celebrate. We're keeping it in the menu for the whole year. If there's a good with the crowd, response from the crowd, okay reception, then we'll keep it. There's a chance. There's a chance for it to stay in the menu. Anyway, it's very familiar, so so far it's doing good. So, mukhang it's gonna stay for good.
So any more dishes coming up?
Oh yes. I can't say it on camera, but yes, there are a lot of dishes. Because Maxis, we've been doing so much with if you take a look back at our products, we've been doing a lot of innovation. So for this year, since it's our birthday, we'll be creating more products, more bundles, more things to look forward. So yeah, definitely more. Yeah, this is just patikim lang namin, which is our business. Yeah. Alright, thanks.
So guys, tapos na namin yung crispy pancit canton everything. May konti pa. So thank you for watching. Review, like, and subscribe. But review now, Spotlight. Until the next food review. Bye!